This is my grandpa's H&R 949. I guess back in the day they called them the 49ers. It's a 9-shot, double action or single action, 22 short, long or long rifle. There you go, 49er, model 949 H&R. This one specifically, we don't know the exact date on it, but it's 70s production. He bought it brand new sometime in the 70s, so original owner, H&R 949 here. I really like this pistol. I mean, it's cool that it holds 9 shots. That's obviously a plus to it, but overall fit and finish I really like. It's real comfortable in the hand, super smooth. It's got a real nice crisp trigger in single action that's got virtually no creep whatsoever, and it's a little bit light, like 4.5 pounds, just like I like it. You got target rear blade, and then the front is, you know, a little cowboy tang there. But the reason I have this with me today is because I had to replace the guide rod and spring for them, because the original one has this plastic head on it, and over time they will break. So initially we were having issues out here with it having a bunch of light primer strikes out of every cylinder where the rounds wouldn't go off. And then I was messing with it more later, and then actually I couldn't get it to cock back. That's because these little pieces had fell down in there and got jammed up. So it's got a new all metal rod and spring on it, so it should be good to go now. So anyways, I figured I'd bring it out today, test it out, make sure all is well. Shoot some groups with it, try to knock over some steel. 22 doesn't hit very hard, so some of these aren't going to fall. And then I'm going to take it down to the rifle range, 50 and 100 yards, and see how far we can take it out. Alright. I'll see if it works. Yeah, line it up, dummy. Well, those 9 went off without any issues. My stubby little finger couldn't reach the hammer, and I still had my finger down here, so I like got it barely, and then because my finger was still on the trigger, it went off. I think I skipped one trying to reach that, shooting it one-handed like that. I think that's what happened, was I skipped one of the rounds or something. Ah! So anyways, I'm having difficulty. People, when I shoot revolvers, they always ask me to do one-handed. They complain if I only two-handed shoot, so I was trying to do one-handed there, but I'm having difficulty with my little hands holding on to this, and I feel like I have to adjust after I reach to where I can get that. I feel like I'm having to move, so I'm just having difficulty doing that, which is why I'm messing up here trying to shoot it one-handed. So I'm going to go back to two-handed shooting. I'm going to put some on the paper down there, see where I need to hold so I can try to knock some of these steel over. Rocks in the way. Alright, so looks like I'm a little high right, which this is adjustable. You can knock it one way or the other. So as far as windage goes, you can adjust that. I put well, we put pasties over the holes. I'm gonna try to do a little group here. This is like 7 or 8 yards standard defense range, and see what I can get this to print from here before we take it out further. That might look slightly larger than it is because we're probably knocking some of those pasties off. Yeah, like you had a couple, like a pasty in there, didn't you? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there's like 11 holes there, so it's probably a little bit smaller than that. It's because it was knocking those pasties off and revealing the other holes that was already there. Again, some of them will fall, but they might not all fall over because 22 doesn't have that much energy to knock it over. One in the back I hit twice because I figured if I hit at the top it'd fall over because it looked like it almost fell over, and it did. Alright, so I got the orange gong down there at 50 yards. Get some hits on that, and then I'm going to move it down to that 100 mound and see if we can hit it out there. Remember, it was high right, so I'm going to aim well left, see what happens. Alright, so obviously 50 yards is not an issue. There's 9 hits out of 9 shots, so go run it down to that 100 mound and see if I can still hit it like that. See anything?
No.
Zoom in. Maybe you can see something then.
High left.
Positive?
Positive.
Okay. Alright. I didn't figure it would be low from there. you know, the bullet would be dropping at 100 yards. But I was still aiming off to the left. And then he said I missed one high left, and then I just started aiming dead center and started hitting it. So seems to be dead on at 100 yards. Maybe the slightly right at the pistol range was, you know, me, or the way I was looking through the sights close up compared to long range. I'm not sure, but now I'm just aiming right at it and hitting it. So try another whole cylinder, just aiming dead center and see what happens. It'd be cool if I could get 9 out of 9 at 100 yards. Either way, I had more hits than misses, I think, so. See what happens. That was my fault. I pulled the trigger prematurely. I was aiming at the bottom, working my way up, and I pulled the trigger on accident. That was me too. I pulled right and I saw it hit right. So, I believe the misses were me. I mean, 2 for sure were me. That third one, I'm not quite sure what happened. My first miss, I pulled the trigger early on accident when I was still low of the target, and then the second one I pulled to the right, and I know I did. Third one, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try again. I mean, either way, be hitting 100 yards with a 22 pistol is impressive. Speaks volumes for the gun as far as accuracy goes. So, but I want to try one last time, see what I can do. Maybe I can do a little better. I ain't gonna do better starting out like that. I think I pulled the first 2 off to the left, but after that I was good. So I think this would be a hit every single time at 100 yards as long as you take shooter error out of the equation. If I had a bag, it would probably help a little bit, but she's definitely 100-yard capable and worthy. All right. So that's going to wrap it up. Pretty nice, little fun pistol. If you're in the market for one of these, check on that guide rod, see if the factory plastic piece had ever been replaced. If not, then you're eventually going to run into the issue to where it's going to break and you're going to have to replace the rod and spring assembly. Other than that, not had any issues. Like I said, for me, having the small hands, I mean, it's not a large gun or anything, but when I was trying to shoot it one-handed, I got real stubby thumb. So I messed up there trying to shoot it single-handed, but so I didn't want you to think that was a gun. That was absolutely me. And once I go back to two hands, I'm fine. So that should verify that that was the issue there. But yeah, I really like this. It's real smooth. I like the target notch on it, and obviously it's good enough sight for me to, trying to show you there, shoot 100 yards. You can see that the front blade's about the same size as the target down there, but yeah, 100 yards all day long. Can't complain about that. Anyways, if you like this video, be sure to leave me a like. If you want to be notified when I post, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Click all. If you want to see any of my other 22 videos, check out my 22 playlist on the channel. Appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.